Robin Miller, Marshall Pruett, Racer.com, Racer Magazine, Parts Unknown. 3 days down, God knows how many to go. Today, though, brother, was about as windy as we've seen in a long time. Gusts of 47 miles an hour, 21 cars, 400 and some laps compared to 2,000 the day before. So we didn't learn much, although Ed Carpenter had a pretty good line about, you know what, if you're going to be fast, you better be fast in the heat and in the wind, and I think you had to be out there.
We had Scott Dixon, who was fastest most of the day. You and I both thought Ed went out just to put the Fuzzy's Chevy on top of the show, make some good headlines overnight. Ed wouldn't confirm or deny, but smart of him. Nobody was fast today. This wind that you're probably hearing on the microphone, it got nasty to the point where almost half the field decided to stay in. So Wednesday we didn't learn much. Monday, saw the Hondas go quick like bunnies. You and I got down to the gasoline alley Tuesday morning, had a Chevy driver who remained nameless who said a lot of curse words and something about Honda sandbagging. And our good friends at Honda had a little bit of fun with that. Busted out some sandbags today. So
the 50-year anniversary of Parnelli Jones' sandbag. He'd come out of his motel room every day and there'd be a sandbag when he had the turbine.
So it's part of the game. The thing that I like, though, is the past 5 years here, this new IndyCar turbo formula, it's always been Chevy. We've known they've been sandbagging. This is the first time we've really had to say, hey, Honda, are you the guys holding a little bit in reserve? We know they are. They say they aren't. We know they are. But it's part of the fun.
Sure. All right. What about our boy Mike Shank?
He didn't want to talk on Monday. He was a little grumpy, I think rightfully so. This has been his dream. He's wanted to come here and compete forever. Had a number of mechanical problems, some that could have been prevented, some that were a bit of a surprise. It wasn't necessarily the team's fault. For his first day, for Jack Harvey's first day, they would have loved a do-over, but they have kind of rallied back. Definitely behind, though. I mean, it's a good year to have just 33, and we know the Laziers are meant to be number 33. Have you seen a lot happen in that garage?
Well, no, but it's only Wednesday.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, Buddy knows his way around here. 2 or 3 hot laps, put him in line, make 4 laps, don't go back on Sunday, collect your $200,000, and wait for your 17-year-old son, Flynn, to be here because I think he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think we are going to have one of IndyCar's, actually the most recent incident of a start and park. The last was 2012 with Lotus, where they told Jean Alesi, Simona Di Silvestro, and I might be forgetting someone else, that you can go out and take the start, and we'll see you soon after, and be sure to sign a lot of autographs.
And Buddy's thing, I mean, he's won the race, he's been competitive. It's no fun. But I do think they're keeping the team going for his son, Flynn, who's already running F2000, and looks like he's got a bright future. All right, what about our boy Anthony Joseph Foyt? Yesterday, he needed to cash a check, but the problem is he had to go to the bank, and he didn't want to go to the bank. I said, let's take a picture of you holding a check. Nah, they just think we Photoshopped it. He knew what Photoshop was. I was dazzled. So we heard today that he went to the bank, and they denied him because they couldn't. He didn't have his driver's license. They had no idea who he was.
I just love the fact that he asked you if you could go to the bank and cash a check for him. We won't talk about the size of the check, but it was one you'd want to get there and cash. Man, part of the Indy 500 that I love, that you love, it's the legends. It's Uncle Bobby showing up yesterday, raising hell, which is standard fare.
We're going to dinner with him tonight.
Yep, it's our friend Steve Shunk, who always makes sure that Parnelli Jones is here. His hero. You can't get him to stop talking about him, but it's just wonderful to have these heroes come in. A little bit older, aren't necessarily plugged in with technology. Some of these check cashing things, can you get Robin Miller to cash a check for you? It's just classic stuff. We spent some time today in the Andretti Autosport garage. Great talking with Ryan Hunter-Reay's chief mechanic, Josh Freund. They're trying to come up with a nickname for Fernando Alonso, friends, and that's actually about the only problem they have right now. What kind of nickname should they have for him? They've been calling him Fred. That one's been floating around for a few years in Formula One, but I think we might need to start a Twitter campaign, something. Nickname for Fred. So what do you got?
Well, you like the fact he's on a skateboard all the time, so maybe some kind of surfing reference. I don't know. Hang 10 Fred. I don't know. I'm not that good with names, nicknames.
Send your suggestions, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. we need a proper nickname for Fernando. And I'm I'm a little bit concerned about that damn skateboard he's riding around. Two-time Formula One champion Fernando Alonso unable to make Indy 500 after breaking arm in skateboarding accident.
We probably need to show him the video of Alonso breaking his leg in 1969, which probably cost him a chance to win 3 Indy 500s in a row. But the thing that's interesting about this place is that Roger Penske's team never turned a lap today, and Sage Karam was walking the gas in the alley, and I just said, "Where are you going?" He goes, "We ran 3 installation laps, and I just realized there's no Penske cars out there. What the hell are we doing out here? There's only 33 cars. Don't go out and bust your ass. There's no reason to crash today, and you're not going to learn much." Dixon and Ed Carpenter both thought they learned something, which they did because they've been here a long time. But all young guys, like Johnny Rutherford said, most you can learn today is how to save your life.
Best story of the day, though, which I think might be our closer, best story of the day, revelation from young Sage Karam telling us here a little earlier that he got a tattoo in May of the IMS wing and wheel on his wrist, and he's left both sides of the wing uncovered because he wants to put in the date and year that for when he wins his first Indy 500. So I love that, a little bit of optimism there. Bad part, his old man Jody kicked him out of the house for 3 days for getting a tattoo.
Well, Connor Daly and Rossi, they'll rent him a room. It's kind of like the YMCA over there. All right, for Marshall Pruett, Robin Miller, Steve Shunk, thanks for shooting our video. We'll talk to you kids later.